A, why do you have a grenade? Right? That's not just a household item. B, you're stupid.
A Brazilian farmer discovered a beehive on his property in 2002. He knew precisely two things. Bees can sting, and they need to be removed with fire. No one knows why he decided that fire was his best option. All we do know is that he fashioned a makeshift helmet from a plastic bag to save himself from both the smoke and the bee stings. But besides all his careful planning, he didn't bother to think that he might have to breathe, and failed to poke air holes into the plastic bag. When he didn't return home, his wife set out to find him and soon discovered him suffocated beneath the beehive. He was untouched by the bees, though.
Okay. Oh, these are dumb.
I would have at least put like an aquarium over my head or something.
Why did he just cover his face? They could sting anywhere else.
I can't help but think people who do stuff like that, that it's more of interest that they lasted that long.
He was trying to protect himself, right, from the bees? And they didn't even touch him at all?
And here's the other thing, like at some point, he had to go, I can't breathe, and didn't like rip a hole in it.
Maybe it was set up, you're right, and the wife, maybe she just like wanted to get out. Maybe she wanted to go to the city, who knows, I don't know. She's like, I'm tired of this farm life.
You know, what would have saved him is had the bees stung through the thing.
This historic entry into the Darwin Awards sees another clever man, founding father of the USA, Gouverneur Morris, come to an untimely end through an eye-watering DIY medical procedure. When Morris began suffering from a blockage in his urethra, he took matters into his own hands. Inserting a whalebone into his urethra, all he managed to do was give himself a deadly infection.
Where'd he get a whalebone?
November 6th, 1816, probably feeling pretty silly.
He shoved that up his pee-pee?
A whalebone? It must have been pretty big.
Like, why a whalebone?
That is so wretched and foul.
Like, was he walking along and was like, golly, man, you know, my Peter hurts. I'm just gonna stick this bone right up that hole.
One afternoon in 2005, Marco decided to clean the chimney in his workshop.
No.
But when he tried to use a simple broom, he realized it was too small for the job. Clearly, he had to improvise. He decided what he needed was a chain to pull the broom through the chimney and a heavy object to weigh it down. Looking in his workshop, he thought he'd found the perfect thing, a grenade. All he had to do now was weld it to the broom and chain. Except he failed to think about what could happen as he switched on his welding equipment. As soon as the flame met the grenade, it exploded, killing him instantly. The chimney, however, was left completely untouched by the blast.
1-800-BOMB SQUAD. You got a bomb? Where's the bomb?
That's red flag number one. Why you just have a grenade at your home?
It's just a bad idea to have a grenade in your home.
These people had to have been high or drunk or like mentally unwell.
Two bored comrades in a Romanian aluminum factory decided to have some fun with an air hose actually used for industrial machinery. When blowing dust off their clothes became boring, they cranked things up a notch and decided to remove their clothes entirely. Things quickly moved below the belt when one of the guys decided he was going to see what happened when he pumped 6 bars of atmospheric pressure into his anus. Not only did he break employment regulations, but he also broke right through his intestinal tract, and he died within minutes from severe internal hemorrhaging.
Stop. Maybe I'll try it. Horrible.
The butthole is a sensitive place, you guys.
I mean, that's what you get. Like, hello? What did you expect?
You kind of deserved it. No, sorry. No one deserved death. But maybe you don't deserve to live so much. No, I take that back. You do deserve to live, but if you don't live your life properly, sorry.
58-year-old Clifford Jones was driving without a seatbelt. He was also driving without pants.
I do it.
When a regular drive just wasn't interesting enough, he decided to watch a bit of adult content on his phone and have some fun. If
Yanking
only
the
he'd kept
wank.
his hands on the wheel.
Oh, God.
With the blood rushing away from his head, he grew
Which head?
increasingly distracted and lost control of his car. As it crashed, he hurtled through the sunroof and died on impact.
Well, at least he ended with a bang.
Died by vehicle masturbation.
I feel like that has happened before, just nobody knew that was why it happened.
Could you imagine the high-speed chase? Like, all right, we have a driver in a red sedan masturbating furiously to some gay porn.
Gary Banning from North Carolina was at his friend's house when he spotted a mysterious jar of tasty-looking liquid. Assuming it was hot sauce and without bothering to check, he flipped off the lid and started to drink it. But he soon discovered it wasn't hot sauce at all, but a jar of gasoline. The shock of chugging gasoline was too much for Gary.
You
so
smell!
He spat
Can
it
you
out,
not smell?
Then tried to calm down with a cigarette. As soon as he lit it, he caught fire and died the next day from his injuries.
Insane.
Common sense. Common sense. Say it with me. Common sense. We're all commonly sensing that it's a bad idea to do all of these things.
Survival of the fittest. I feel like my mom would just be like, don't play with these people.
They had to have been high. A majority of these people had to have been high as at work or in their life.
Texas shop owner Michael was an alcoholic, but not an ordinary one. Due to a painful throat condition, he couldn't drink through his mouth. This meant he had to
No.
find other ways to consume his liquor,
Up his
and
butt.
his wife said he soon became addicted to enemas. This popular
With alcohol?
method is far more dangerous,
It's a
as
thing? It's a
alcohol is
thing?
absorbed directly through the capillaries in the rectum.
God damn it.
So one night he wanted to get blind drunk and decided the only way to do it was to pour 100 fluid ounces of
100?
sherry up his rear end. What he didn't know was that after he'd passed out, the alcohol kept absorbing and he was dead by the morning.
Yeah.
The toxicology report stated he had a blood alcohol level of 0.47%, meaning he'd pretty much embalmed himself.
Ew, death is really gross.
He's already embalmed, so can we get a discount?
Let's pretend we are the people walking in. Oh no! Someone's on the ground! Are they breathing? Wait, whoa. What's up his butt? Not going there, no. Sorry. Like,
Although he did have that throat issue, girl, like, I don't know how else you can get drunk, but you don't need to shove it up your ass. Other things, sure. Alcohol, no. Completely different purposes. He wanted to get f***ed up, I just want to get f***ed. So,
I want to try it, but I don't want to try it. But I do want to try it. I just want to know if it's different than getting another type of drunk.
Of these, which do you feel like was the dumbest?
Oh. So, I'm gonna go with the grenade ones.
they were all really dumb. I can't pinpoint one because all of them, you know, ended up how they ended up.
I actually still think it's a whalebone. You have no business doing that.
Which death do you think was the dumbest? Comment below and hit that subscribe button.
For more React videos just like this, hit that subscribe button.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.
Thanks for watching.